So now let's have a look at different plugins. So the first plugin is the compiler plugin, but before that, let us first discuss what is a plugin, right? So one way of attaching a goal to your phase is by adding plugins to your build configuration in your pom.xml file. So uh, plugins are nothing but it's an artifact which provides goals to your Maven project, right? So the first plugin which we are going to look at is the compiler plugin. Now, it basically invokes the Java compiler, right? And one of uh, the things for compiler plugin is it defaults to the older version of Java compiler, which is 1.6. So if you want to use a new version, irrespective of whatever JDK version you have in your machine, you should use the configuration to set the source and target of the Java compiler to a higher version. Otherwise, your Java project may fail to compile, right? Because some of the compiler versions are already deprecated by Java. So you can set source and target in the configuration of this plugin. And there are lots of other configurations, but we are going to see at source target, how to set a source and target of the Java compiler to a higher version. And then we are going to see how we can set the memory uh, to uh, how we can change the memory configuration for our project, right? So whenever you work with Java projects, you must have come across memory out of bound, right? So when you are working with lesser memory in your machines and you are processing large files, you will come across these kind of issues where uh, the memory runs out basically. So whatever memory is being assigned to your Java application, it's not enough, right? So in that case, you can directly go and increase that memory for your Java application. So how you can do that? So let's see. So let me go back to my Hello World application, and we'll try to use we'll try to add that plugin into our pom.xml file. Now, I have already make a note of it. I don't watch want you to watch me write all this code, uh, right? So I'll just use whatever I have already. So let's add, so plugins will always be under the build tag, right? And under plugins, there will be different plugin. So this is the plugin which has a group ID and artifact ID and a version, just as another dependency. Now, as I said, we can do a lot of configuration, but this is how we do the source and target, right? So my source and target Java compiler is set to 1.8. So it is going to use the 1.8 version. Now we can also set our memory. So the initial memory, which is this tag mem initial, so it's 128 MB, and the maximum memory which is assigned to is 512 MB. Now you can increase both these values depending on the requirement, right? So this is how you can configure different settings within this plugin while you are running, right? So let's now run this using a particular goal. So let's go to the project directory, cd projects, and cd hello world application, and let's run ambient compile. So it is going to use all the configuration which you have defined inside your plugin, and it's going to execute your particular goal, right? So which is nothing but it will compile all your resources. So all classes are up to date because I did not change any file. So it's going to tell me nothing to compile. If I'm going to change any file, it will compile that file, right? So this is what how you can use my Maven Compiler plugin, right?